You don't have to attend every argument that you're invited to. We're going to talk about the final key in the empowered communications, which is the art of non action. And this, I confess, was a hard one for me to learn because I my sister has accused me of being a last word junkie. Have you ever had that person where every time you say something to them, they always respond? For some reason in my little autistic brain, if somebody says something to me, I always feel like it requires a response, which can lead to like really long goodbye times. And so if somebody's saying goodbye to me, bye, bye, see you later, see you later. Like it's very hard for me to just stop responding. So with that said, this particular key has been a hard-won battle for me. But it really is a powerful tool to have in your toolbox. So I strongly recommend that you cultivate this if you haven't already. And this is the power of non-action. So just because someone is trying to engage you in a conversation or in some kind of interaction does not mean you have to engage. And I think, especially for females, we're taught that we have to be nice a lot, and not that everybody isn't, but with girls, it just tends to be even more so. And so often we put our own discomfort of engagement aside in an effort to be nice. And it really is not helpful in the long run because we get drawn into things that are not really fruitful and are not the best use of our energy. And so it really comes down to, is this something that you want to spend your energy on? When we think of energy as currency, which again is a different key in empowered communications, but when you think of that, are you going to chuck money at something that you realize is a losing venture? So if you have someone, it's kind of like if you're talking to a drunk friend and they are arguing with you about something and you know they are wasted, they are not going to remember the next day. You are wasting your energy, you are wasting your words, you are letting your emotions rise to the surface, and you're going through all this internal turmoil for what? For something that they are not going to remember. Well, they don't have to necessarily be drunk for it to be a bad idea. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes people are just having a bad day and they might snap at you. And so, yeah, you might have a right to respond, but is it really the best thing to do? Sometimes you can transmute that and just come in gentle, and that's beautiful. But sometimes if you're not able to come in gentle, the best thing that you could do is walk away, because the reality is non-action is a form of communication. Now, in this culture of, with the dating scene, how people ghost each other all the time, I always hear the stories from my single friends who share about that. I am not saying that you should just always ghost people. I'm not. Like, if you are able to clearly communicate something, obviously be courteous, people. Like, just be courteous, okay? But do it from a grounded, healthy place. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying you always should ghost people, but I am saying that there are moments where the best thing you can do is just stop and not respond, not get drawn in. And also sometimes the non-action is temporary. Sometimes it's just not responding in the heat of the moment. If you get an email and someone's blasting you, like, write a draft, but don't send it, like, of what your immediate response is. Let yourself calm down, walk away, let yourself get grounded, find your place where you can respond from rather than react from. So again, embrace the art of non-action. It really is a powerful tool.